Welcome back to No Man's Sky, everyone. Jason here, and this is our beginner series for 2026. So in the last episode, we got our awesome... Oh no, not even using it. What the heck? What am I doing here? We got our awesome Sentinel multi-tool. So it is broken. We're going to talk about fixing that in this episode. But the big thing is we got our first Sentinel ship. So we haven't claimed it yet because we can't. As of right now, we need to fix this thing. It's kind of broken right now. So we're going to need to fix it, and then we'll be able to claim it and use it as our own. But remember, you have to go to the special corrupted system, the dissidence systems, in order to find these. And every system is going to have a different kind. I will tell you, however, this planet, every single Sentinel ship on this planet will look exactly like this. So you can kind of use that to your advantage. If you find a cool ship like this, like if this is your ideal one, all you have to do is keep looking for other Sentinel ships, other crashed ones, and eventually you'll run into a really good one. So right now, we're looking at a C class, which is, it's okay. It's the bottom of the barrel, but we can always upgrade it. But if you want a natural high-level ship, you can keep looking for it if this is the kind you want. Like, this thing looks pretty dang good, right? So we're gonna do that. So in order to start fixing this to make sure we can claim it, we need to pull out all these broken materials, including the Highline brain. These are really important. Keep that. The salvage glass you don't really need to keep. I always take it because it's worth something. Same thing for the pugnium. But we need to fix the pilot's interface. So we need a radiant shard. We need 3 of them. 1 inverted mirror, and 1 harmonic brain. You'll notice we picked up a Highline brain. So this is a brain, a Sentinel brain, that is adversarial to you. It does not like you. It's volatile. You can see from the status. So it does not like you. We need to basically calm it down, soothe the brain. So in order to do that, we're going to need to get all of our other parts. So... if you want to, you can actually, in your log, you press your pause menu. In your log, we now have a salvage site planet Anuum W10. This is basically how to do our Sentinel ship. We need to salvage a Sentinel interceptor. So what we need to do now is we need to find our crystals. So we have radiant shards up there. Remember, we need 3 of those, right? So let's go get our radiant shard. We have one up here, right? Yeah, we do. We have one right up there. Let's go get that one. Now, this is going to be a hard knock lesson because there are some things you need an advanced mining beam for, and we don't have it at all. We don't have an advanced mining beam in our multi-tool whatsoever. We just have our regular hijack laser and our regular mining beam. We don't have any advanced ones. So let me show you what I mean by that. Let's get up here. We're going to use our jetpack trick going up a vertical surface in order to get up here really quickly. And then... come on. There's our radiant shard over here. But if we try to aim at it, it says, sorry, advanced mining laser required, and there is no way around that. If I try to shoot it, nothing happens. If I try to punch it, nothing happens. You cannot harvest these items unless you have an advanced mining laser. You can even try, if you really, really want to. I've tried this before. You can try using your ship to do this. Unless I, can't call it in. Come on, let me call in my ship. There it is. You can try shooting it with your ship, but again, it will not happen unless you have your advanced mining beam. You need that. So let's get in here. And we're even going to go into first person. That way I can see what I'm shooting. We're going to shoot that dang thing. Maybe, if I can see it. Let's turn it around over here. There it is. So there's our laser. Or there's our crystal. Nothing. Nothing. You can sit here all day and shoot it. Nothing's going to happen. So we cannot get that without an advanced mining beam. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch our mission because we're about to get our advanced mining beam in the awakening mission set. So let's put that on pause for a minute. Remember, it's a mission, so we can always switch back and forth. Remember also that it only marks the objectives in your currently highlighted mission. So now, there it is right there. There's our mission, right? But if I switch it back again, it disappears. And now it's marking our ship, our crashed ship. So there you go. So you want to make sure your highlighted mission is the one you want. Make sure we're going through and highlighting the awakening mission. Because, again, the reward for doing this is an advanced mining laser. So we definitely need to do that. Let's head on over here, get our advanced mining beam, kind of go back and forth. You could do either way. So if you want to, we could have gone to the space anomaly. Oh, no, we can't go to the space anomaly. We could go buy an upgrade from like a miner settlement, for instance. We can go buy the advanced mining beam for nanites there. However, why would you buy it if they're going to give it to you for free during a mission, right? So this is another big benefit of doing the missions in your log. As you go through your missions, they will just hand you blueprints and upgrades and everything for free as you complete them. Versus, you know, having to do, oh no, we have a mission here. Abandoned vessel. We have a random mission here. Let's see. Reject their lies. Follow us to freedom. The ship is broadcasting the same message over and over. An endless loop. Its message has decayed over time, but there are still salvageable coordinates amid the noise. Well, let's get those coordinates. I shut down my receiver and input the coordinates to my starship's navigation system. One final check reveals no life signs, no further intelligent messages from the abandoned vessel. So that is a solar ship, which we have not seen yet. This was a new type of ship they added with the Outlaw update, but we're not going to do that. Now, the thing I don't like about No Man's Sky, the thing that gets me, oh my god, it's a purple one too. I want that one. Look at it, it's all purple. Look at that. Oh, I wish. But the thing that irritates me the most about No Man's Sky is they only show you the markers for your current mission that you have highlighted, right? Look at that. It switched my mission. It changed it because we interacted with that ship. It instantly switched to that mission, even though I'm trying to do this one. So if you lose track of your mission, or maybe you're going on your mission and something happens and all of a sudden you don't have a marker, double check that it didn't automatically switch you to another thing. I don't know how many times I'm just going along, doing my game, you know, playing my game, and all of a sudden I lose my markers. I'm like, what the heck? I'm supposed to be here. I don't know where to go. Go into your log because it's probably is updating and changing your mission. I wish they would let me choose. Like if, you know, I talk to that vessel, it would say, hey, would you like to follow this mission instead? Yes or no. That way you know, oh, I'm changing my mission. Instead, it automatically does it for you, which is kind of aggravating. That's okay. Just keep in mind, if your mission markers disappear, double check your log. Because it's probably that you got another mission or you interacted with something and it thought that you wanted to change when you really didn't. Not really. Over here. There is something over here. Oh well, we can't find the mission marker, so I'm just gonna land here where the target sweeper is telling me to. Again, I don't like it, but we gotta do it. So now let's follow our mission. Pull up our visor. It's this way. Oh. I need to get some upgrades for my jetpack. That did not work very well. And you'll see we have our new planetary record, our smallest planet that we have found so far. So that will manually update as you land and find different things. Like if I scan this plant, it might be one of the best I've ever seen or whatever. Strongest photo activity. So those notifications are actually in your catalog under your wonders right here. You can see planet records like hottest temperature, you know, coldest temperature. As you start landing on different planets, it will keep track of everything that you have found. So, like, if I find something, it'll mark it and say, this is found by me. I did it. Found 1 week ago by Jason. If I go to, like, your planet, for instance, and it's the hottest planet that I've ever found, it'll say, yeah, this is the hottest planet you've ever stepped foot on. However, random player, player number named whatever is what found it first. So it does keep track of who found it first, but it kind of tells you, hey, look, this is the hottest planet. This is the coldest. This is the most radioactive, all that kind of stuff, which is kind of cool. So you kind of have a record of where you've been and, like, what you've seen. And, I mean, the animals you found. You can get the most radiation-resistant animal right there. You get the largest, the heaviest, the smallest, all that kind of stuff, which is really cool. All right, where are we going? Where's my marker at? Oh, over here. We're just kind of trying to follow my target sweeper, the most irritating thing they've added to this game ever. All right, somewhere around here. There it is over here. Boom. So we found a crashed ship. What the heck? We found a crashed ship. So we need to go interact with this stranger's coordinates. And this is pretty nice. So this is a randomized ship. You might find a different... You will find a different one. It might be a fighter. It might be an explorer. I found a hauler, which is really, really lucky because haulers are the most valuable ship in the game. At least the natural ones, other than like the Sentinel ship and maybe corvettes. But you can't really deal with those naturally. Anyway, let's get into the coordinates. We need to fix this. We need to fix the superconductive lock, which needs sodium. We could do that. And then we have the bio input sensor. It needs 5 chromatic metal. Let's fix that. I don't have any resources. What? I bet you it's all on my ship. Yeah, I don't have any on me. Oh, I have a suspicious packet of tech. Let's open that up. A Starship shield module. I'll put that in my shield. My ship right there. Oh, I also have a hyperdrive module. Let's put that away. Right there. So I'm installing upgrades in my ship. That's really, really good. We got a warp hypercore. Man, we got a whole bunch of good stuff in here. Let's put that in there. Very cool. But the thing I was looking for is my chromatic metal. I didn't bring it with me. It was in my ship. So if your ship is too far away, it says, sorry, you can't use the items in your ship because it's too far away. Let's try it again now. Yes, we do. We have it. Chromatic metal. There it is. Oh, bzz, bzz. There are no signs of life. There is only the static of a broken communicator. Well, let's extract those records. Whatever message was once here has been scrambled beyond recovery. All I extract is the pilot's name, Artemis. Whoever they were, they are long gone. The only other uncorrupted data is a set of plans, an upgrade for my mining beam. There we go. Advanced mining laser. We just learned how to do it. So again, you can go and buy the blueprint, but either go into a miner settlement or later on we'll get to the space anomaly. So there are ways to just go get it if you want to, or doing missions, they will give you blueprints for free. You'll just find them. But let's install that mining beam upgrade right here. So we need 1 nanotube, 1 hermetic seal, and 2 wiring loom. We have not found a wiring loom yet. So that's going to be the new thing we need to fix. Let's also search this damaged machinery. We don't need the goop. Get it out of here. Here we are. Do not have a, I do not have one of those. All right. We need a terrain manipulator. We need carbon nanotubes for that as well. My goodness. Let's make some carbon nanotubes, dang it. So, here we are. Let's install my, my terrain manipulator. And now we can also fix this. We need an advanced or a hermetic seal, which is going to take us 30 condensed carbon, which we have, which is fine. Radiation protection. And now we need wiring loom. So you cannot make a wiring loom. You can only buy them or find them randomly. So you can also, if you destroy an upgrade, you can also claim it as well. But we're not going to do that yet. Let's grab some of these. Rusted metal we don't need. It is junk. So the other thing we can do, if you like, we can claim this ship right here. So if we, the Ingham Roamer, there is my new crashed ship. But just like your mining beam, just like the multi-tool we found, it is going to be broken. So all of these modules need parts to fix. So if we want to repair our ship, we could totally take this and start repairing it slowly. So I'm not going to repair it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and sell it broken. If you sell a broken ship, it's not worth as much as if it's fixed. But it's still free money, right? This is absolutely free money. So I'm going to compare it. And look at that. Boom, boom. So on this page, if I wanted to, like if I wanted to make this my main ship, I could just come over here and quick transfer all of this stuff over to my new ship. That's what you want to do. So everything in my current ship right here on the left, my current starship, I can move that over to my new one, my abandoned one. However, I'm not going to make this into my main one, so I don't care. I'm not going to do anything like that, so I'm just going to claim it. So now this is my ship. But it's broken, so it's all damaged. Just like in the beginning of the game, we have to fix this ship. Except it's worse off because everything's broken. It's not just your engine and stuff. So we can fix this. Hermetic steel and metal plating. Let's fix the engine. And then we need to fix the launch thruster, so we need a jelly. And then we have the pure ferrite. And that's all you need to do. So I can take off right now if I wanted to. Look at this. However, the problem is my shield is broken. My weapons are broken. I am very, very vulnerable right now. So you hear that sound? That means you have no shield. So what you want to do is you want to go immediately to the space station because you don't want to get attacked. If you get attacked, it will basically destroy you immediately. Oh, frequency unknown contact. Artemis entity, we received your signal. Is it first? Is it last? Wait a minute. Time for truth. You have their signal, but you are not Artemis entity. Yeah, I'm going to tell the truth. I just picked up their ship. I have no idea what's going on here, man. Who are you? Your signal is familiar to Nada. We have been in contact before, I think. This would be a good time to come aboard, yes? A proper introduction to our home. So this is when you find the space anomaly. This is the space anomaly. It is a multiplayer-focused location. I don't want to spoil it too much. We're about to get there. But essentially, this is where a lot of multiplayer items happen, also where a lot of story elements happen in No Man's Sky. So let's go and land on the space anomaly. So look at this. This is the multiplayer hub. Look at that. This is way different than the original Anomaly. The original Anomaly had one landing pad. It was a small room. Now we have this huge area. Look at all this. This is so cool. So this is where you would see multiplayer. So I have my multiplayer turned off. If I go to my options, I go to my network settings, my multiplayer is turned off. So I won't see any other players. But if you have yours turned on, every one of these is a landing pad. I think there's, 8 or 12 landing pads here. So there's going to be a ton of people just running around, interacting with, like, each other. But the big, the huge multiplayer focus is going to be here. This big green cube. This is the Nexus cube. This is where you're going to get your missions. But we can't interact with that yet because we just landed here. We just realized what the space anomaly is in our playthrough. This is the Quicksilver robot, but we'll do a tour later on. Let's go talk to Nada, which is one of the leaders of the space anomaly. So they gave us a marker right there, a purple marker. Let's go see what's going on here. Priest entity Nada. I am Priest Entity Nada, Divergent Korvax. Welcome to our Anomaly. Our home here is pleasant, yes? Polo's own design, a perfect bubble. Beyond the Sentinels, beyond vengeful Korvax, Nada watches time come and go. Well, what about Artemis, the pilot I was watching, I was following, or, at least called me? A traveler entity. Perhaps they are known to you. I do not know their number. Nada does not care to think about iterations as numbers. They were lost to us. Highly improbable. Our anomaly is lost to the Sentinels, but none should be lost to the anomaly. The Korvax watches me. There is a patience, an organic tilt to the way they hold their metal shell. What about you, Nada? Nada awoke with the death of Korvax Prime. Could not understand why such things happen. Why were we alone? Now I am divergent. The convergence do not see through my eyes. The convergence do not see or does not see through my eyes. Nada is not alone anymore. Nada is with Polo friend. Now many other friends visit. Our convergence is small, but Nada is happy. Nada's carapace pulses with a gentle light. There is something familiar about them. What about Polo? Polo friend found Nada, found my signal. Nada is safe. Now, Nada finds other signals, makes others safe. The station has been calling to me since I awoke upon the planet. Perhaps it is called to Artemis as well. What about, the space station, the Anomaly? Beyond what is outside, our Anomaly wanders free. Free like Nada, to observe, to search. The Sentinels, the Atlas, they do not care for this place. I feel their eyes hunting us. Nada watches me, judging my reactions as they speak. Alright, I'll leave. Speak with Polo friend, traveler. Perhaps they might know more about missing Artemis. They perceive things more clearly than Nada. Okay, well, let's talk to Polo, my favorite character in this entire game. I love Polo. Friends everywhere, if only you know where to look. Friends in all shapes, all sizes, and all places. Artemis friend, you are where they should be. Does not seem possible. But all things are possible, such is the universe. We will find them, no doubt. There is always a signal, always a trace. Well, how, Polo? Our home will see it. When you leave, you will not be where you were. You will be closer. Or maybe not. Discovery is exciting, yes? All right, now he's just trying to mess with me. Before you leave, perhaps spend some time with other friends. We all help each other here. So now they kind of want us to go on a tour of the Anomaly. So we need to kind of go on a mini tour. So definitely follow that box on the right-hand side of your screen. Go follow it, and it's going to mark some locations for you. The first is going to be Helios, my favorite character, the one I base my character off of. Helios is right over here, the old traveler. Ah, young one, you who still roam the boundaries of this universe, how I envy you. My time out in reality has long passed, but I miss it greatly. Perhaps you might help an old soul and share the things you've seen. I yearn for the stars, for the glory of discovery. So you can come back here every single day, depending on, every real life day, in real life day. And he will ask for different things. Like today, he's asking for planet information. Every planet I visit, I can actually save that data, and he'll ask for it randomly. A week from now, he might ask for it again, and if I've seen any new additional planets, I will give it to him. Thank you, little one. You have no idea what this means to me. Please take these nanites. They are nothing, but they are all I have now. And so if you share your information with him, he will give you payment in nanites. Sometimes he'll ask for animal scans, like how many animals have you scanned? Upload that to him, and he'll basically pay you for that. Plants, rocks, all kinds of different information. So as you scan more animals and plants, come over here and talk to Helios, and he'll give you payments for that. And then we have Ares over here. We have Ares. traveler hopes to make progress. Traveler tests themselves. I will help in exchange. Progress for progress. Or wealth, perhaps. Experience or materials, both valid. Today, Vortex Cube. So just like Helios, everyday Ares will ask for a different item. Sometimes it'll be Vortex Cubes. Other times it'll be like larval cores. In general, it's not really like worth it to give them the items. You might as well just trade it to a space station to make the money. They will give you, Ares will give you nanites, but it's only going to be a little tiny bit. So I wouldn't do that. The other thing you can do is Ares will sell you every upgrade in the game. However, not the high level upgrades. So basic selection only. Seek space stations for a grand selection. Basically, they're telling you, hey, look, if you want the best of the best upgrades, go to a space station. Ares will only have the basic upgrades that you can get. So what they mean by that is C level and B levels. But they will have everything. Hyperdrive upgrades for your ship. Mining beam upgrades for your mining beam. You know, your multi-tool. You know, the radiation upgrade protections. They have everything here. It's just they won't have the best. They have photon cannon modules. Exocraft boost modules for your vehicles. Every upgrade you could think of is here. It's just it's not really good. So if you want some basic stuff, absolutely come to Ares. What I usually use this for is you can buy a basic upgrade and destroy it and get materials from it. So what I would normally tell you is come here, buy a shield module for your own suit, right? Unless you don't have any room, and then you're screwed like me. How do I not have any room in here? Oh, that's why, because I have residual goop in here. Get that out of here. We can refine the rusted metal into actual ferrite dust. We don't need any ammo, so we can get rid of that. Okay, so we don't have any room. But I just made some room, so we're good. So now let's do it again. So the thing I would always say is if you need materials, this is a very good and cheap way to get it. For instance, if you want to get a shield module for your suit, this is a really low level, very basic shield. It's not very good. However, if you install it, it's going to give me 33% more health. A little bit of extra health, right? But the more important thing is, look at the bottom of that box. It says dismantle. I will get 50 sodium. I will get 1 ion battery and 1 wiring loom. Wiring loom is a very rare item that you can buy for like a few thousand. Like I think it's like 20 or 30,000 money. Or get an upgrade and destroy it. And look at that. We just got an upgrade. We got a wiring loom out of that. So that is why you would buy the basic modules. You can install them, and every single one is going to be different. So, for instance, like if I try to destroy my, this right here, my analysis visor, I'm only going to get 1 carbon nanotube, so it's not really worth it. But some upgrades give you really, really rare materials, so that's why you would do that. Depending on the upgrade, you're going to get some really cool stuff. The other thing that Ares does is they will actually check your milestone data right there. Transmit milestone data. I'm going to exit out. Milestone data is in your catalog and guide. Your journey milestones. So every time you're upgrading your journey, so for instance, your exploration milestones, like if you jump to different systems, that will increase your milestone level. Scanning all the animals on a single planet, right here, that will increase your milestone level. The higher your milestone level, the more of a payment you'll get from Ares. So if I talk to Ares right now and do it, transmit my milestone where I'm at right now. I just got 600 nanites. They just paid me for that. The problem is, or the issue you'll run into is, you can only upload once you've increased it. So now I need to go back out there and I need to increase my milestones. I need to go search for different star systems. I need to scan all the animals on a planet. All of that stuff will increase my milestone level. And then when I increase it, I can come back here and I can turn it back in and Ares will pay me for that. So that's really, really awesome. Then we have, we have our chef. Kronos is the chef on the space state Anomaly. So if you have anything edible, you can give it to Kronos and he will judge what you've built or what you've made. The life form sniffs at me with a derisatory look, trying to detect the items I carry from Sentinel. I can donate food to the market, which will give me money. So if I have any of these foods, I can donate for money. Donate, supply the market. The problem is I don't have any food yet. I haven't made anything yet. The other thing I can do is give them food for critique. I don't have any food on me. Offer me your work and I shall offer you my opinions. I promise I shall be honest. I do not promise you will be pleased. Kronos is kind of a crotchety old guy. But he will give you, like, if you make really good stuff, he will give you some really good payments. Like, again, they pay you in nanites here. The Space Anomaly is all based on nanites. The other thing you can think of, though, is Kronos' grill. We can come over here, and this is a free grill, so we can cook stuff here. So if we wanted to cook some carbon, we can make some creature pellets for creatures. I don't have enough, so we can't do that yet. But there you go. So you can kind of do that. You can cook Fecium into yeast. So poopy yeast if you wanted to. Gross. We're not going to do that. But that is a free thing to cook on if you'd like. We need to go talk to Celine, which is going to be the technology merchant back in the back of the Anomaly. This is awesome. So this is where you can buy all your blueprints, all of your upgrades, depending on the thing you want to do. So, for instance, I can get my ship upgrades from Hyperion. He will sell me all my blueprints, my upgrades for my ship, if I want to buy them. You can totally avoid doing the storyline. You can ignore all of that and just buy them here. Wings of gold and glory, friend. There is no end to the stars. Let's research. And so here you go. You will earn a lot of these by just playing the missions, you guys. So keep that in mind. However, if you want to skip all that, you don't want to do any storyline, you just want to get going, come here and you can get like all of your hyperdrive upgrades right in here. Your teleport receiver, which is going to help you teleport things to your ship. And remember, these are blueprints. So there's a difference between the upgrades you buy from, like, for instance, from Ares. Those upgrades are different than blueprints. Blueprints I can craft on my own. Upgrades that you buy from a store, you cannot build those. You have to buy them. These are blueprints. So when I say blueprint, upgrade, they're kind of interchangeable. Sometimes a lot of people, they'll say, this upgrade right here, the Aquajet upgrade. Not technically an upgrade, it's a blueprint. It's an object that you can build and install. So that's the kind of difference there. But we can come in here and we will learn a lot of these along our progress in the storyline. But if you want to, you can skip all that and just buy them ahead of time if you want. Same thing for here. The construction research station. I could go and do my base building missions and I will learn a lot of these pieces. Or skip all of that. You can just buy it. This is going to take salvage data. The stuff we get out of the ground, the buried technology. That's what it's going to use. So I only have 4 salvage data, buried technology. So I can't buy everything, but there's pages upon pages of everything. These are all items you can use to build a base. So there is a ton here. You can buy posters. You can do wall screen. These are all just visual, decorative modules. More decorative, like chairs and flags and like these hanging triptych weathered things. Rugs. Chairs. There's tons of here. Ladders, you know. So there's a lot here that you can find and get. You know, signs, displays. You know, void antenna. You know, this is where you can buy fossils if you want to build a skeleton. You can get that here. Lantern, so lighting stuff. Industrial module, so if you want to go farming, stuff like that. Here's a farming module. Everything is here for your base building, and there is hundreds and hundreds of pieces here. Hundreds and hundreds. So, don't get overwhelmed, but that's that. That's just for your base building stuff. Then we have our exosuit, our suit upgrades here for Celine. Traveler, your new suit is an extension of yourself. Let me aid you. Let's do it. So, again, just like with every other item, these are all blueprints. These are all things you can build and put into your suit. And just like with your ship, just like with your multi-tool, you will slowly learn a lot of these as you progress in the storyline. So if you want to, you could just buy them now if you'd like, or you can wait and you will learn them slowly as you progress. The thing to also keep your eye on is there is a suit upgrade, an inventory upgrade right behind Selene. This will allow you to buy one per system. Keep that in mind. That is very important. So if I travel to another star system, I come back to the Space Anomaly, I can buy another one of these. So let me upgrade my suit. The first one is free. But you'll notice it says, sorry, you've already visited this. You can't do this anymore. If I go to a different system again, it will refresh. Every system gives you one. So you're allowed to buy one per system. That's in addition to the space station. The space station has one. So technically you could buy 2 different upgrades or 2 inventory slots per system. One on the Space Anomaly, one on the space station. They're both different. And then we have our multi-tool merchant over here, Eos. More power, stronger, faster, sharper, polished, refined, sharpened with nanites. All right, let's do it. So these are all the upgrades we can buy. All the blueprints, I should say. Excuse me. Blueprints. They call them upgrades, but again, there's going to be a difference between upgrades. Like, I can get a bolt caster upgrade from Ares. That is different than the blueprint I can use here. But yeah, these are all weapons. We can get a combat scope, which is basically like a zoom in on your weapon. A cloaking device to help us stay, hide from the Sentinels. We can get a fishing rig, like a fishing pole, optical drill, all this kind of stuff. Scanner upgrades, all kinds of stuff in here. And we have this centerpiece right here. This is the Synthesis Laboratory. These are your basic building blocks for items. So if I build a blueprint, like if I get a blueprint for my multi-tool for like a weapon, you're going to need these objects, like a microprocessor. You're going to need wiring loom. You're going to need the amino chamber. You're going to need, not wiring loom, the hydraulic wiring, magnetic resonator. All of these objects are going to be used for building your blueprints. And then we have our other page, valuable products. So these are items you can use to sell. For instance, I can build the big thing that a lot of people try to do is this tree over here, the stasis device. This is the most valuable thing in No Man's Sky. And so you can farm up resources. You can build a base to basically farm up the resources necessary to build this and then sell your stasis device for millions upon millions of dollars. That is a very deep, like you need to build up a huge farm in order to do that. But you can. You can do that. But these are all your valuable items, like your fusion accelerant. Not really needed for anything other than selling it. It's like a trading item. So there you go. And then finally, we have our vehicle, our Exocraft merchant right here, Perseus. Specialist Polo is teaching me much. Crafting engines, smoothing pistons, the atomic sharpness of the finest gears, all shaped from the nanite foam. Glorious to learn their art, yes? And these are going to be for vehicles. We haven't even unlocked vehicles yet. But later on, you will get vehicles. And so you can upgrade the submarine. You have a sub-engine right here. You get your sonar for your submarine. You can get environmental protections just like your suit. That way you can protect you from hot planets, radiation planets, and such. You can get lasers. That way you can mine while you're in your vehicle. You can get engine upgrades to go faster, things like that. You can get weapons. So there you go. But we're going to save that for another day. Oh, it's telling me I have to go visit the construction terminal again. So just to kind of go through. Boom, boom, boom. There we are. So now we've done all of our missions, basically that we've explored all of what they want us to know. The last thing I will show you is over here on the right, we have an inbuilt portal, a teleporter. Remember how we built one on our in our space, our base? They have one on the Space Anomaly, and it works the exact same way. Every space station has one. If you put one in your base, you have one. And so I can go back to my base if I want, Jason's Market. I can go back to any space station I've visited so far, and I can teleport back to them as well. So it's just a way to get quickly to places you've already been to. Or if you've been to a friend's base, you can go back to their base as well. Let's go back and talk to Nada again. Priest entity Nada. Nada and Polo drift between worlds and worlds. There are many. Have you seen them, traveler friend? Nada wishes they could. Nada regrets much. Well, what am I supposed to do? Traveler entity is free to make their own path. Find Artemis entity. Explore with others. Travel to great sights. Proceed as you will, traveler entity. We will aid you. Others will aid you also, even if you seek the Crimson Lyre. So this is kind of where you choose. This is where they break off. The tutorial is basically ending here. You're allowed to follow your missions. You're allowed to just go explore. Whatever you want to do, now they're kind of letting you go do whatever you want. So I can help with Artemis. I say, hey, how do I get to Artemis? Or exploration or the Crimson Lyre. Let's do the Artemis storyline. Of course, Nada has a small gift for you. Perhaps it will help. Perhaps not. Nada and Polo friend will continue to search. Speak to us whenever you desire. So he just gave me some nanites to help me along with my progress finding Artemis. So now it's like, hey, look, you're free to go wherever you want. I noticed they didn't make me go down here to the Nexus Cube. So Nexus Cube, this is your multiplayer focused cube. So now it kind of opens up. So the yellow mission right here, this is your daily. This will give you Quicksilver, the really rare currency in No Man's Sky. All the three other ones are just normal missions you can choose to be with other players. So if you want to, as a group, you have a couple of buddies with you, you can select that. And you can say, hey, look, everyone come over here and we're gonna do this mission, the Burrowing Doom, Purge the Infestation. And if we complete it, we will get Living Glass and we will get 345 nanites. Which is really cool, right? You can initialize it and be good to go. So again, you don't even have to be in multiplayer. You could do this solo if you want to. You don't need multiplayer, but this is kind of where the multiplayer works its way into the game. And these will change. I think it's every 15 to 20 minutes. These will change. So if I come back in an hour, it will be completely different. It'll be all different missions. So if you see missions you don't like or you don't care about, you can ignore that, come back later, and it'll change. Another thing to keep in mind is the Quicksilver robot, the companion right here. This is where you're going to find a lot of items here. So you can create exotic items from Quicksilver. So as you earn Quicksilver, this is the market where you would buy it from. So I have 0 Quicksilver because I haven't done anything on this save. And so I don't have any money, so I can't buy any of these. But I could. And these are all like organic decorations. These are for base building. However, you can get other items. Like you can get decals. You can also get pictures. Where are we at? Where are we at? We can get fireworks. A lot of it's going to be base building stuff. We can get the liquidator arm. This is an upgrade for your mech, which is a vehicle you can get into. You know, you can get jetpack upgrades. That way you can actually upgrade your, or not upgrade, I should say. It's a cosmetic for your jetpack, so it looks like a pyrotechnic, so it's more festive. You know, all this kind of stuff. Plasma jetpack, you know, a fusion jetpack trail. These are all cosmetic. They don't override or they don't give you any extra stats. They just look cool. So we can get the hologram stuff. So we can get a spawning cowl. This is a helmet we can put on. We can get there's tons and tons of stuff. We got capes up here. I saw that. Cape. Tons of stuff you can use your Quicksilver on. And you'll see this one says available. Quicksilver is, the rewards are shared between every save on your profile. So I sign into No Man's Sky as Jason Plays. If I buy this on one save, it is unlocked for all the other saves. So I haven't done anything on this save. It's a brand new save. However, I have these already owned because I've unlocked it on another save. So they are shared between all your different saves on the same profile. If my wife comes in and she signs into Mrs. Play's profile, she won't have any of this stuff because she didn't unlock it on her profile. I just kind of want to, people get confused about if it's shared or not. It's only shared on your profile, your whatever you signed in as. In your, if you're on an Xbox or a PlayStation, your gamer profile. That's the only one that's shared. If another person signs in, they have to do all the work too. The other thing is, this is where you would come to get your expedition rewards. Again, these are shared on your same profile. So I've already finished the expedition on my other save, my main save. So now I can collect these from my current save, my brand new save. I can get all these cool items here. And lastly, if you are maybe there's you know 2 times a year about, they do what's called Twitch drops. So if you watch No Man's Sky during these special events over on Twitch, you can collect Twitch rewards. Twitch rewards are given out if you're watching a streamer play No Man's Sky over on Twitch. And so I do them every year. Every time they have them available, I will stream over on Twitch. And so I also watch other creators as well. That way I can get all these cool things. So these are special things. Like you can find these in the game. Don't get me wrong, but you have to go looking for them. Or if you earn them from your Twitch drops, you can just collect it right now. And these are one-time use for that save. So I haven't collected this one on the save yet, right? If I collect this right now, it's only a one-time redeem. So if I redeem this magnificent omen, I can only collect it once. So if I sell this ship, if I destroy it, if I just delete it, it's gone and I'll never get it again because I've only can claim it one time. One-time use. Anyway, there's all of that going on. So we were going to the space station in order to actually get rid of this ship. So let's go do that really fast. So let's go do that. Now that we're done with the quick space anomaly tour, let's go to the space station, which is going to be a yellow marker. Oh, it's behind my freaking... Okay. Oh, we have an unknown contact. This is where... Is there anyone out there? It's outside. Something's wrong with... What's going on? What's wrong? I asked the stranger what is wrong. There is a moment's pause. The only sound I hear is the background hiss of cosmic radiation. You found me. There is so little light. I thought I'd never hear another soul again. I really did. How did you find my voice? I found your ship. I'm in your ship right now. I tell the stranger about the abandoned starship wreck and how I found their communicator ID in the distress beacon. I begin to mention the anomalous space station, but they cut me off. It's outside, but I think I'm safe. There are 16 of them. They look just like... And it cuts off. Where are they? Fear and confusion dance within the eyes of the stranger. After a few moments of silence, they turn to me imploring. You don't know who you are, do you? You... It cuts off. It lied to me. It lied to all of... The sound cuts out, but their face lingers on, silent before it too fades into nothingness. This must be Artemis, and they are clearly in need of help. I need to find a way to boost their signal. So we gotta find a way to boost their signal. But before that, we need to go take care of our ship. So let's go to the space station. So we go to the space station. Now, you can, like we said earlier in the video, you can just repair all the... If you want to keep this ship, if it's like the coolest ship ever, and you want to keep it, it's going to be yours forever, you can slowly fix it. So I need to collect all these materials. Chromatic metal, wiring loom, paraffinium, all this stuff, gold, pure ferrite. And you will slowly fix all these different modules. However, I don't care about this ship. I just want some money. So let's go to the space station and let's scrap it and get some money for it. Now, the key is, remember, it's half broken, so you're not going to get full value because they're like, look, dude, it's broken. You're going to get a little bit of money. You're not going to get a lot. The other thing to keep in mind is you need room to get all that items from it. And I don't have any room. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch out our ship. So if you land on a landing pad in the space station specifically, if you press down on your D-pad, go to summon vehicles, you can change your ship at any time. So I just switched back to my original ship right here. And this ship has some room in it. So let's switch over all these items to my old ship. There we go. So that should be good. That should be a good enough room right there, right? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 different spots. All right, so now that I've switched it, I need to switch back to my other one that I don't want. So press down on your D-pad again, go to summon vehicles, and go to switch dock to ship. And now I'm going to summon my big hauler. So you can switch back and forth as many times as you want. It doesn't matter. You just have to have it. It has to have a working engine so you can call it in. So we have our hauler. Let's go back here to the back. The ship outfitter is where you would scrap it. And you can also upgrade it if you want, but we're not going to upgrade this one. We're going to begin salvage. And it'll say, hey, look, do you want to claim it? It's worth 2 million, 2.2 million, or I can extract a wing or like a cockpit out of it. We're not going to do that yet. We'll do that in a future video. We just want the money. So let's claim the scrap. And they say, are you sure? If you claim the scrap, it's gone forever. This ship will be destroyed. It's permanent. You cannot go back. So if you have anything in there, for instance, like if I go back into my ship, if I have anything in here in my inventory, I would have to take it out. If I put like a wiring loom in here and I scrap it, that wiring loom is destroyed. It's never going to be recovered. Keep that in mind. Make sure your inventory is empty when you want to do that. The other thing you can do is, if there's any cool upgrades, you can take them out of there. Or if you want to scrap any upgrades, like for instance, if I wanted to scrap that, I could scrap this broken upgrade and I will get 50 chromatic metal, 50 sodium, and 1 wiring loom. Again, you can totally do that if you want to, but make sure you do it before you scrap it. If you scrap it, it's gone forever. Just keep that in mind. It's permanent. You can't go back. And they say, are you sure? Yep. Salvage drones are deployed. Starship will be immediately processed for scrap. Salvage components will be added to your suit. So then they drop off all these pieces for me. So if it's a C-class ship, you will get some C-class upgrades. If it's an A-class ship, you will get A-class upgrades. So depending on what you're scrapping, you will get different things. Like I got some parts. 300,000 for that. A couple, almost 2 million for my subatomic regulators. And these are items that are tradable only. You see the center of that box, it says used for trading. That's it. It's not used for upgrades. You don't have to worry about, oh, I need this for future upgrades. No, you do not. Just sell it to get some money. So let's go over here to the trading terminal. Sell. Let's go find it. There we go. My subatomic regulators. Let's sell those. And my spool of nano cables. Sell those. So there we are. Let's buy another wiring loom. We're going to need that. So yeah, and the other thing you have a small chance of getting is what is called a storage augmentation. This is basically a free storage upgrade for your ship. If you have to use it, but it'll give you 1 free inventory slot in your ship. Very, very useful. I would say hold on to those. Those are very important. So there you go. So now we've done all that. We're going to go back down to our log, and we're going to go back to our ship. We can abandon it if we want to, but we're not going to. We're going to go down to that Sentinel ship. We're going to claim it for our own, dang it. I just smashed into that guy. So where's my mission? You got to follow that marker. So there's my mission over there. Boom. Sentinel salvage site. So that's where our crashed Sentinel ship is. And remember, we need to make our multi-tool. We need to make our advanced mining laser. That's why I bought the wiring loom. We have 2 wiring loom. Let's install it. So now we have an advanced mining laser. We needed that for our crystals. That's way at the beginning of the video. This is turning into a really long video, you guys. Sorry. I try to keep these under an hour. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Do you like them being over an hour? Do you want them to be shorter? Let me know. I try to keep them under an hour because it feels like a lot of people, they only want to, only want 1 hour at a time. They don't want to be overwhelmed and think they have to keep coming back to a video because it's like 3 hours long. Let's come down here to our ship. And remember, we need 3 of the radiant shards, the big purple crystals. So our ship is way down here, but we can look for the purple crystals as we're flying in. Like right down here. There's purple crystals right there, so let's grab these. And now that we have our mining beam upgrade, there it is, radiant shard. Wow, there we go. 1, 2, and 3. But now we need an inverted mirror. So that's going to be in the dissonance resonator. Those machines we talked about in our last episode, remember? Where we got our echolocator chart from? We're going to come over here because sometimes these machines will drop an inverted mirror for you. Let's head over here. And remember the secret. You don't want to attack it immediately. You want to walk up to it because it'll tell you what's in there. That way you don't attack one for no reason. Especially this one has a spider next to it. Look at these guys. Look at that big quad. These are scary. The corrupted sentinels are very scary. This is different. Look at that thing. That is not good. You don't want to fight that. And this one does have an inverted mirror on it. So if we attack this, that spider will attack me to protect it. So what we need to do, just like in our last episode, we need to get about 150 units away, 150 feet away. And if you do that, you're far enough away to where the sentinels don't know what the heck is going on because you're too far away. So we're 150, 60 right there. Boom. So now we just shoot it. And be careful. Don't shoot the sentinels. If you shoot the sentinels, they know where it's coming from and they'll attack you. But if you just shoot the machine, they don't know what's happening. You're too far away. They don't know what's going on. And now it's gone. Look at that. You have to be around 150 or more feet away from it. I'm at 159, so we're good. So we're done. Easy peasy, right? There is one final thing we need to do, though, however. Remember, we picked up the volatile brain, the Highline brain, right? We picked up this brain, which is very angry with us. Where is it at? Where's my red brain at? There it is, right there. The Highline brain is volatile. It is very pissed. So we need to soothe it. We need to calm it down so it agrees to let us take over that ship. So let's do a probe on it by pressing X if you're on Xbox, square if you're on PlayStation. And it will look for the nearest monolith. That way we can go calm it down, soothe it. And it's up there. I wish they would mark it as a separate location because that ancient site marker looks really similar to my Sentinel salvage site. Again, I wish they would separate that, but we need to go over there. Let's jump in our ship and go. Give me a new decal. That way I can see. Oh yeah, this is where I need to go. Let's head over here. So we need to go to this marker, which is going to have a monolith, which is an ancient ruin that we will use to help calm the brain down, the Sentinel brain. Let's go here. The ancient site stirs as I approach, stone scraping against stone. Warmth radiates from the Highline brain within my pack, as though in response. The mind of the ship child is interlocked with the hive. Current instructions: seek and eliminate anomalies. Enmesh the archival sentience with surrogate entity. Basically, do you want to join the brain with your consciousness? Yes. I fumble with the ship's brain, almost dropping it as it glows unbearably hot in my hands. The pain radiates far beyond my hands, an unearthly heat, a heat that melts glass. Its circuitry shifts and then grows still. The brain seems to accept my presence now. So now it's harmonic. Now it likes me. It basically, the monolith calmed it down. So now that we've collected all our materials, we need to go back to our crashed Sentinel ship. And we need to install it. That way we can take over and use it as our own. Let me crash into that mountain real fast. All right. Let's go and land and take over this this ship. Pop. All right. So here's our ship. Interact with it. So now we need to install the pilot interface. And again, we need those 3 radiant shards, 1 inverted mirror, and 1 harmonic brain. And so this is our Sentinel ship. And the reason why you want it, it's a C-class, but look at all of this. It's not broken. Remember, we found that broken hauler, and it was free, but we had to fix it because it was all broken. Sentinel ships are absolutely free still. We can claim it. Doesn't cost you a penny, but look at how much nicer the inventory is ready to go. I'm going to make this into my ship. So I'm going to move everything over. So I will be keeping this one as my main ship. So we want to move everything over. I do need to move over my shield upgrade and my my hyperdrive upgrade. That's a really good one too. We'll keep that. But we can't move that yet. That's the kind of a pain in the butt. We can't move it if it's installed. We have to go take it out and move it. Well, let's claim it. So now if I go into my inventory, my starship, it has all the stuff in there. And it's mine. But let's go get our upgrades out of our ship before we go. Where did I land my other ship at? It's right around here somewhere, right? Where'd my other ship go? Did it not mark it for me? I could have sworn it was like right here. There it is. So I just hop into my other ship. I switched it. I'm going to take out my upgrades. My shield and my hyperdrive. So that's all we're going to take out of here. We're going to leave it as it is. Jump back into my new Sentinel ship. And now we're going to pick it up. We're going to install it into our new ship right here. Boom. Beautiful. Look at that. And so they look different, but it's kind of the same. So a crimson core is your warp hyperdrive. You know, you have your Sentinel cannon. That's going to be your weapon, basically your photon cannon. You have your Aeon shield, which is your shield for your ship. You have your luminance engine, which is your pulse engine. And then you have your launch thruster, which is your anti-gravity well. So essentially, it looks different. The picture's different. They work exactly the same. So here's my shield, right? I had my shield right there. It works just the same. So it helps you just the same. They all work. Hyperdrive upgrade goes with the hyperdrive. Shield upgrade goes with the shield. So it looks different, but it works the same way. So don't be intimidated like we need Sentinel upgrades. You do not need specific Sentinel upgrades. You just need regular ship upgrades, and they work the same. So there you go. And now we have our ship. Oh, yes. Our beautiful new Sentinel ship. I love this thing. Look at that. Sentinels are my favorite ships. I love them. They're so good. Let's go back down here and land. Nope, we're flying too fast. Landing area not clear. What the heck? All right, let's land up here, I guess. My landing area is not clear down there. Land right here. Not clear. Dang it. Let's land right here. There we go. So here's our landing. Love it. That's our ship. So we have a Sentinel ship now. So hopefully you guys liked the video. If you did, hit that like button. In the next episode, we're going to try to upgrade our multi-tool and fix a lot of these parts. That way we can really get this thing to its maximum potential. So hopefully I will see you guys then.